So Dave Rennie has just announced his All Black side for the first test match against the Springboks. Now, throughout the last few weeks, we have seen this New Zealand side in action against the URC teams, but now the test match stage of the greatest rivalry tour, it is a pretty stacked looking lineup, and we are soon to find out who the Boks have also selected. But one thing's for sure, there will be some terrific head-to-heads throughout this matchup. Jumping into it though, the front row, absolutely no surprises here from Dave Rennie. Number 1, Ethan de Groot. Number 2, Cody Taylor. And number 3, Tyrell Lomax. I didn't see anyone predicting anything but the starting 3 for New Zealand in the front row. De Groot's been solid all throughout Super Rugby Pacific, as well as throughout the July internationals. Cody Taylor having a great game last week against the Bulls, and then Tyrell Lomax also getting some very brief minutes throughout this greatest rivalry tour, but he slots in as the tight head prop for this upcoming test match here in the locking duo. This is actually where we do see a bit of a surprise in terms of Dave Rennie's selection. Number 4, Josh Lord, and number 5, Fabian Holland. A lot of people expecting to see Patrick Tuipulotu's name somewhere in the equation, and with the fact that they've gone Tupavai as the 6, it also means that we don't see a straight replacement lock off of the bench for New Zealand. So no Tuipulotu, no Sam Derry for this contest either, but a dangerous duo of Josh Lord and Fabian Holland starting in the locking duo. In the loose forwards, this is where it is Tupavai as the number 6, Luke Jacobson number 7, and then the captain returning for his first match of the greatest rivalry tour, it is number 8, Ardie Savia. So Jacobson has been Rennie's main pick as his open side flanker. Tupavai has played the occasional game in the 6th jersey, but of course it gives you more height when it comes to those lineouts, which is absolutely crucial against the South Africans. And then Savia, he will be wanting to pick up right from where he has left off throughout the Japanese top league, as well as some of those July internationals for New Zealand as well. When it comes to the 19 combination, again, no surprises for Dave Rennie here. Cam Roigard, number 9, and Ruben Love as the 10. It was talked about all throughout the week whether or not Cam Roigard would be 100%. Rennie did say early on that he felt like him as well as Will Jordan were both going to be back, and then maybe a little bit of grey around Damian McKenzie. But as we can see from this lineup, McKenzie is back alongside Jordan and Roigard, so adding a lot of X factor into this All Blacks backline. In the midfield, it is Geordie Barrett at number 12 with Quinn Tupaia slotting in at number 13. No Billy Proctor, no Rico Ioane for this lineup. Proctor due to injury, Ioane due to just narrowly, I would think, missing out after the way that he played in the last contest. But out on the left wing, this is where we do see Josh Morby, who's been a real standout for New Zealand since making his debut earlier this season. Will Jordan out on the right wing, returning from his back injury, and then Damian McKenzie back at 15. There were, like I said, big concerns about whether or not that man's ankle would be 100%. I'll be honest, it still may not be, but it is close enough to being 100 to get Damian McKenzie back out there for this game. At Ellis Park, off the bench, it is the 5-3 split for New Zealand with, like I mentioned, no real locking cover in this department, but Asafo Moore as the 16, George Bauer 17, and Fletcher Null as the number 18. A little bit of a surprise to see George Bauer's name in that loose head prop role. I thought maybe Xavier Numia may have snuck his way in, but they've gone with that Crusaders duo as the loose head and tight head here. Number 19, Anton Segner, of a phenomenal match against the Bulls last week with Peter Larkai slotting in at 20. So 2 loose forwards who absolutely can empty the gas tank as soon as they make their way onto the park. You'd assume that Dave Rennie would tell the likes of a Jacobson as well as Tupavai to go out there and do the same for those late switching options. Number 21, Kyle Preston. Number 22, Anton Leonard-Brown. And then number 23, a man who had a very strong showing against the Bulls as well, scored himself the double. He's at number 23 for this game, and that is Leroy Carter to close out this All Black side. But like I said, the Springboks, they will be announcing their side in only a couple hours' time. But overall, a pretty well settled side for Dave Rennie here. It was talked about how much rotation there was throughout the opening contest of this greatest rivalry tour, but there were always going to be trying to balance out those minutes. But I would say we're starting to see close to what Dave Rennie would feel is the strongest All Black side possible, with maybe a couple exceptions due to injury. But overall, a talented enough side with enough form heading into this match to make it a very competitive one here. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Of course, let me know what you think of this lineup in the comments down below. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.